Hey guys, welcome back to Sgcarmart Reviews. Look at this sign behind me. It says the M5 history. What's going on here? Am I gonna drive these classic M5 cars, these previous models? Am I gonna drive my childhood hero? Let's see. But in the meantime, what we are here for is the all-new BMW M5, and you should see, you might hear one coming up. The tires are squealing. That's it right there. We are here to drive one of these today. Stay tuned. This is it, the car that you've been waiting to see, the all-new 7th generation BMW M5. It's now a plug-in hybrid. We'll get to the power and stuff later. But first, a little bit about the design. So according to BMW, the car now has like a monolithic, like they've gone with clean surfaces just to give the car a more muscular look. And of course, they've said that, you know, the aerodynamically, now everything has a functional, like form follows function. That's what they've gone for. And if you look at the front, there's a pyramid-like structure to how they've done up the car. Like the front and like the rest of the car has been given clean, the monolithic treatment. Take a look at these rear reflectors, for instance. They are canted forward. So according to M, this is to present a sense of motion to the car so that the car feels like it's egging you on to like drive it further, harder, faster, all that jazz. And of course, typical of M cars, the quad pipes. I'm not sure if you can hear them, but they're gurgling, burbling, you know, they're giving you that lovely sound. Underneath that muscular bonnet is a twin turbocharged 4.4-litre V8. That's already music to my ears. And then there's a plug-in hybrid system. But basically, combined, they produce 717 brake horsepower. That's like 535 kilowatts. How much torque? 1,000 Newton meters of torque from both systems. That's enough to let this 2.5-ton car, it'll rocket, you give it the full send, it'll rocket from rest to 100 km/h in 3.5 seconds. It's like mind-boggling. But at the same time, because it's a plug-in hybrid, that 18.6 kilowatt-hour battery, that will, when fully charged, you can travel on electric power alone about 69 kilometers, and BMW says you can still attain a top speed in electric mode of about 140 kilometers an hour. Not bad. So as we go along throughout this day, throughout this long drive, long wonderful drive, you'll see more of this. Alright, back behind the wheel, all new BMW M5, over 700 horsepower beneath my right foot, and some very squiggly lines on a map. And there's fog outside, so we won't go too crazy, but we do need to check out what the car can do. And behind the wheel of this car, you are in full control with MX Drive. So I'm happy to let MX Drive just take care of the dynamics, the traction, the whatever have you, and I can just kind of concentrate on the road ahead, which is, I'm not sure if you can see it, but outside, yeah, it looks quite foggy. But, you know, accompanying you on a drive like this in the Bavarian area, you've got the burble of that V8. Oh wow, it's getting even foggier now. Take it a little bit easy. But you know what? Even in situations like this, that's the kind of all-rounder that the engineers at the M division have built, I would say. And sometimes that's what you need. You need a car that imbues you with the confidence, not necessarily make you feel like a driving god, because I think that's actually quite dangerous. In particular, the brakes are really quite linear. I love the feel when you get on them. And okay, I gotta say, a lot has been said about oh, you know, the car is really heavy. It's like half a ton heavier than the last time, and yada, yada, yada. And of course, yes, it's all factual, but I would say you need to get behind the wheel of the car and feel it for yourself. Does it feel heavy? Yeah, but then it's an executive car, executive rocket even. Someone who buys an M5 is not looking for outright raw performance that, you know, is gonna make all your arm and neck hairs stand on end with every corner that you arrive in, every, you know, if the tires happen to chirp or something, it just, you know, not only sends your pulses racing, but, you know, you might even make you pee your pants a little bit. That's not what someone who's interested in this car would be looking for. I'm not in any fear that, holy crap, we're about to become part of the forest, we're gonna disappear down there, no one's gonna find me, no one's gonna find my corpse. I don't feel that way. And yeah, there it is again. I get on the brakes, you turn in, the car just obedient. I wouldn't say that the nose keeps hunting for the next corner. It's not that type of car anyway, but it's there. It does delight. So another thing that adds to this car's surprising agility is the integral active steer. So it's basically rear axle steering. It can turn the wheels in the same direction as where you're turning the wheel at high speeds up to 1.5 degrees, or at low speeds, it turns it in the opposite direction so that you can make your 3-point turns, you can maneuver around tighter spaces, or in the case of these like winding alpine roads, it just makes the car feel more responsive, makes the car feel like it shrinks around you. It feels smaller than it actually is. And again, that's just adding to the driving confidence that a car like this can imbue you. So another thing about this being a plug-in hybrid is that it is a hybrid. So there's always that switch over between electric and combustion, and you don't always have it this smooth. Sometimes you feel it like suddenly coming on, or suddenly cutting off because, you know, you're in a town area, it's very low speed. But honestly, now we've been in this car for close to 4 hours today, and if that's not enough to, you know, kind of give you a sense of, hey, the electric motors come in, or hey, it's cut back out again, I don't know, maybe it'll take a few months of actually driving this car before you actually feel something. But to be fair then, first impressions, no, you don't really, it doesn't really feel that way. You don't feel the changeover happening. All you get is like this seamless propulsion, like, could I say almost turbine-like? Maybe, maybe not, but it feels seamless and it feels strong. I've not had a chance to like punt this on an unrestricted stretch of the Autobahn, but it does feel strong, capable, quite ceaseless. I mean, I'll run out of road long before the car runs out of puff. So that's another great thing to add. And yeah, if you don't want to make a din when you like come home or something, then you can always switch on the electric motor, and then that just quietens down your presence, so you can stealth mode your way home. And that's another thing, that's another great reason, I suppose, to make the car a high performance car into a plug-in hybrid. You meet emissions and you don't make your neighbors hate you. Part of the all-new M5 Drive is a short stint in what is behind me. This is the all-new BMW M5 Touring. This is the third time, if I'm not wrong, this is the third time that BMW M has produced a wagon for those who want to go fast, but you know what? They also want to be practical. Overall, M for BMW M says that both cars, in terms of performance, they're quite similar, quite alike. So while the M5 sedan does the Century Sprint in 3.5 seconds, this does it in 3.6. But I mean, come on, like you can't really, we're like splitting hairs here, aren't we? In terms of design, both are handsome cars. This car comes in a speed yellow, and as you can see in front, it's the same. It's a muscular, monolithic design, very clean surfaces, very distinctive. The daytime running lights that that accent the grille as well, they are all here. Now let's have a look at the back. One of the cool things that an estate does is that designers have literally more room to add this sheet metal. So you stretch out the body and it kind of just feels and looks more cohesive. Somehow there's a grander feel to it. But of course, being an M car, this is the M5 Touring after all, there are certain features such as these rear reflectors, just like we saw on the sedan. They're canted forward, almost as if the car is hinting at you, urging you to drive it faster and drive it further. And of course, the signature M, the quad tailpipes. And another feature I do enjoy are these taillights. The fact that they're elongated this way, it just adds a sense of sleekness to kind of play off the fact that it's a very muscular car that's, it's always hinting at its performance. One of the cool things about an estate, not only do you get the handsome looks, that longer body style, it gives you more practicality, more versatility. So in terms of boot space, which is the key thing here, the sedan gives about 460 liters, about there. This is 500 liters, and that's with the rear backrest up. Fold them down and this expands to 1,630 liters. And they are, if I'm not wrong, this is 40-20-40 split folding rear seats. So that lets you play around with the configuration. That adds to the versatility of this car. The M5 Touring's cockpit, it's identical to the M5 sedans. We didn't have time to film that yesterday, but anyway, today, here you have it. The first thing that catches your eye, what is it? The thing comes in M-specific colors. So you have the red, the white. The instrument panel is the same. It's red and it's white. And that gives you that sense of, like, oh, thought was put into this car. And the designers have highlighted the use of red. Red to call your attention to certain things. So for instance, the 12 o'clock marker on the steering wheel. There are red accents on the pedals, more on that later. The red start-stop button, and the fact that when there are certain things on screen, we'll also get to that in a short while, they're also in red. Now, the M1, M2 buttons, if you're not familiar with that, this lets you tailor the car's response and the car's, characteristics to your preferred driving style. So you can save, like, let's say M1 is like on a milder mode, like, perhaps you're ferrying passengers, or maybe you're ferrying your parents and they don't really want to be taken for a wild ride. So maybe you've got that M1, and then when you press M2, then maybe M2 is for when you're driving alone and you just want to let loose. Please always drive safe, by the way. And you just want to let loose, then you've got M2. Now, this left pedal, the left-right pedal, this is quite straightforward. This is downshift, this is upshift. However, if you, on the go, were to pull and hold the left pedal shifter, this immediately puts all these settings you see here, it just chucks it into the sportiest, most dynamic mode. If you've closed the exhaust valve, like that will like immediately spring open so that you can hear the engine burbling, you can hear the exhaust making all kinds of nice noises. All in all, it's a very comfortable car to be in. These seats with these wide shoulders, it offers a lot of comfort. Like in the M5 sedan, we drove it for hours and hours, I think like almost a 6-hour drive in all, and it didn't hurt. And that's the mark of a good all-round sports car. Like you're able to just drive it and enjoy it, not drive it and be in pain when you're done. So other goodies that are possible include having this Bowers and Wilkins audio system. You've got wireless charging here, and you've got generous storage compartment over here as well. So M5 Sedan and M5 Touring, they both offer the creature comforts that today's customers expect, while also offering the those sporty touches that the keen drivers want. That's all the time we have for you today. What did you guys think of the M5 and M5 Touring? What did you guys think about the performance? Is it something you'd be keen to try? Drop us a comment or two in the box below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you always know when we've got fresh content for you. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart. And as always, stay safe, drive safe. Ciao! I hope that the local residents are in appreciation of such a car. Germans are car lovers. They love good engineering. And to part of the M5 drive, part of the all-new M5 drive,